Okay, I was thinking about this. I completely forgot about this, but I feel like this is a great story. I had a girlfriend 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever.
Must be nice.
It was great. One day, her family had this fancy vacation house in this island called Mystique, and it was
Connecticut.
No, it's part of the Grenadine Islands.
Yeah, not even close.
And it's private. Yeah, close, dude. 1,500 miles away.
Yeah.
But dude, so this island was sick. It was like there's no cars on it. Like you have to drive golf carts, and it was like fancy, whatever.
Sure.
Really sick, whatever. So one week she's there with her family, and out of nowhere, we were happily dating. She's like, "Hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. Sorry."
While you were there?
Well, she was there.
Oh.
I was just sitting at home.
Okay.
Living my normal life. And then she's like, "Yeah, and we shouldn't talk." And we didn't talk through it. There was no process. She just kind of like severed ties, and that was it.
Yeah.
Over. Really sad about it. And I told one of my older friends. This guy's he must have been in his 50s. And
who has 50-year-old friends?
I knew you were going to say that. And you know the answer is, Francis, well-rounded people.
Italians. Yeah. Italians have 50-year-old friends. That's a fucking grandparent, dude. We all have that. Get out of here.
Hilarious. Okay, but seriously, this guy is a non-relative person in his 50s who's friends of mine. I told him the story, and he was like, "That's so upsetting." This is like 3-4 months later. Here's the story. He's like, "That's so upsetting that she did that. Like, I'm hearing all these like stories of girls treating guys terribly." He's like, "Let's get her back for you." And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Picture this. I had just told him a story about how I met this really hot model at a comedy show, but that was the extent of it. She gave me her number. I texted her. She never responded." And he's like, "Let's create the story that you're now dating that model." I'm going to tell, okay, so I'm friends with this guy's kids. That's an important element. But I'm like, we have our own separate friendship. But he goes, "I'm going to tell my daughter. And then she's going to tell somebody. And then she's going to tell my son, and he's going to tell people. And before long, it's going to get back to her that you're dating this super hot model.
Wow. And
watch how quickly she texts you." And I was like, "Okay, let's try." So we fabricated this whole story about how I'm dating this super. Her name's Cody Cabral. Right? You guys can look her up. Codie Cabral, Cabral. She might be married now. I don't know. But so this goes around and it gets back to her. She ends up texting me. We end up dating for 3.5 more years. Then listen to this.
What, 3.5 more years?
Yes. A year ago, I ran into the model at a commercial audition. And I told her the story. I was like, "I made up that I was dating you so that I could get my girlfriend back." And it was a nice little moment.
And how did she take it?
She thought it was hilarious. She's like, "That's great."
Good. She didn't mind that you had just used her as bait?
I used her as bait.
Yeah.
This is her. She's pretty, right?
Yeah. I mean, I had a feeling.
I met her at New York Comedy Club.
I'm looking at Cody Cabral.
Actually, we were going to hang out. She went to South Africa or something. And she probably didn't want to hang out with me anyway. But crazy story. So we concocted this whole plan to get me my girlfriend back, and it worked.
That's incredible.
And actually, she doesn't even know that. I hope she listens and hears that.
Jesus Christ. So you never told the girlfriend, even though you guys dated for 3.5 years.
More years after we had initially.
You never told her, "Hey, I have this crazy secret that is very pertinent to you."
So the reason why she reached out was never directly addressed, but it was definitely because of that. And I never told anybody. Actually, I've never told anybody this, I don't think, except for like you guys and the model girl, because I kind of forgot about it.
Right.
But
man, you every
so manipulative.
Every week, you drop something on us that speaks to some kind of screw being loose, because you basically, in some weird way, catfished yourself. I don't know exactly how it works, what I'm trying to say, but you secondhand catfished your girlfriend. Now, how long did that relationship last in its entirety?
Like, I guess 4.5 years, man.
That's like gotta be the longest relationship you've ever been in.
It was on and off. Like a year. We dated a year, and then 9 months off, and then we dated a year and a half, and then it was like that kind of situation.
Interesting. Are you a big on and off guy?
I don't like want to be, but I have been historically. My current relationship is the longest straight block of relationship I've ever been in my life.
Let me ask you this. Do you fall victim to something that happens to me very often, which is that you date someone and then you break up with them and then you go out in the world and you think, oh no, nothing is what I thought it would be. Oh, how I pine for the
Absolutely
discarded flotsam of yesteryear.
Of course.
And so you go and you lay down the most gallant bouquet of roses and you perform all these acts of service, and then you get back together and then you date for a bit and then you're like, oh, I was right the first time.
100%. You always end up at that
It's relapsing.
realization every time.
Yeah.
It's literally like addiction, dude.
I want